Okay, let's look at some more system files. I have a bunch written down. Yes, I haven't not memorized all of these. You won't memorize them until you use them a lot. Okay, so let's try host name CTL, not 1 but L, and this will give you your host name. My host name is Randall. Actually, you know, that's not my real name, but that's the name I'm using on the terminal here as a host. Okay, so, and my computer is, I'm on a VM, and machine ID, boot ID, nice little hexadecimal number there. Virtualization of Oracle and operating system, and the kernel is Linux kernel 5.4. And of course the Intel architecture. So clear that up. Host name, of course we already saw that, it's Randall. Cat, and then we're going to do etc os dash release, and that's information about our operating system. We can also do this. If that doesn't work, try this one. Give you the same information. Clear. It'll give you the same information. Our uname minus switch S, switch R. It's not minus, it's switch. We say switch. And this will give you the kernel information. We just saw that anyway, and that's your kernel information. So my kernel was made on September 4th, 2020 is when I set this up. Okay. LSCPU. This is the current state of the CPU. If you want to go through all that, and vulnerability meltdown, what is that? Never seen that one before. Okay, so read all through all this. Most of this stuff you'll never even need to know. Clear. And let's look into our memory. Proc, not People's Republic of China, but processes. Mem info. There's our memory info if you want to drag yourself through all that. All of these processes and the memory they're using. Okay, so free dot switch H. So what do you think that means? Well, it's your free space. So you can read through that. We have a swap file memory that I use when I set up this virtual box, and then our real memory, which is I gave it 1.7 gigabytes. I use 933 megabytes. I have 102 free shared, cache in my buffer, and available. Okay, so that's good to know in case you want to know, or downloading a big file, you better check first. LSUSB. These are our external devices. Now, when you put a virtual box on a Windows machine, you won't see your virtual devices. You can't use your USB. You can't use your DVD player, and you won't see a lot of these external devices. It's kind of a shame. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go through a server and a router and a server to hook up any other devices like an external drive or something. All right. This is our disk space used. You have to sudo this one, blkid, are your disk IDs. So this is your disk ID. I only have really one real disk, so SDA5. DU switch LH. These are the sizes of the directories that we're using right now, or size of your not all of the directories actually. Okay. Control C, clear. Where am I? IPA. So if you're into networking, this is one of the commands you will use to check out your network. Save this for networking class. Okay, so supposed to have an IP config that'll show you your local router and loopback and subnets and all that, but it's not installed, and when I try to install it, I just get errors. Sorry, your install is broken or whatever. So if you don't believe me, IP config. It's trying to install, unable to locate package. All right. So if I try to do IP config, goes back to the same old. We did not find it. Okay, now here we have another one, root F. Also the same problem here. This one gives you the system's routing. I forget about that. Uptime. This is the uptime of your system. I logged on at 12:06. No, this is what time it is now. It's 12:06. I've been on the system for 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Seems longer than that. One user, Randall, or Nomad Soul. Load average. I think the first one over here is for 5 minutes ago, for the last 5 minutes, and then 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes. I really don't remember what those three numbers represent. You can check it out easy enough. Okay. So dmessage is the state of your kernel. So this is what's going on in your kernel, but this one's a little better. You can do this, human, and it'll make it human readable. That's what that's all about. So you can go through this. To get out of here, you got to hit Q. Okay, and then let's look at our log messages. So let's go into our root. Let's sudo into root. To get into your admin, root admin, you have to do a sudo. We're already in there. So let's do this and sudo root. Command now. Where am I not into my root? CD. Okay, guess I'm in root. Okay, we're going into CD into var, CD, and then CD into log. I know I can do it just in one line, but I don't want to. And then let's see what's in there. All right, we have all of these log files. So let's try to what's nano? Let's do a nano into boot.log. Let's try 4. And it's permission denied. So forget about that. I'm too lazy to do a chmod right now. Alright, what about one of these zip files, these GZ files? How do we get into one of those? So there's a little program we can use called zcat, and just do let's do syslog 7 GZ. Should be able to open that up. And we did, yeah. Alright, so these are log files that you can, were zipped up. Okay. Well, that's it for this exciting video. And see you next one.